Nothing's grabbing me. I had this vision of a beautiful old gum with the morning sun coming through the fog and silhouetting the tree. But the fog's almost all gone. Couldn't find a suitable tree. And the sun has pretty much peaked over the horizon. And I see nothing here worth photographing. Question is this a photo? I don't know. Probably not. The fog is quickly disappearing. I might actually get down really low so I can blur out some of this grass in the foreground just as the sun hits it, which it is just about to do right now. Yes, looks like I'm going to be kneeling in kangaroo shit, but that's alright. It's all natural, as my wife says. It's all organic. That's her favourite saying. Don't worry, it's organic. I have a feeling this is a vertical shot. Yes, it is. And here comes the sun. I got to say, this is a pretty ordinary photo. But I'm here, so I may as well take it. No harm. If I get in a bit closer, actually, like that, it's a little better. I know I'm talking a lot to myself here and you can't see what I'm doing, and I should stop that, but I can't help it. Sorry. Don't worry, you'll see in a second what I'm seeing. I'll put it up on the screen. Ooh, actually I like that. See, I'm trying to photograph this tree in the distance, but I like the way the camera just decided to focus on that. Oh, that's nice. See? That was helpful, so I'm going to do that. Thank you, camera. It's definitely not spectacular, but it's something. But really, as I always say, just being out at dawn is nice. 40th of a second, 5.6, 100 ISO. Put the grass in the lower third, the tree off to the left third. The rule of thirds works for a very simple reason. Our brain's number one job is to conserve energy, and so our brain tries to make sense of things as quickly as it possibly can. And for some reason, viewing things organised in thirds or halves is very easy for the brain to process. It finds it pleasing. And so when confronted with an image that is organised in that way, the brain looks at it and goes, I like that. That's why we do it. It's very simple. It's not because some artist 300 years ago said this is what you must do. It's because the brain just likes it that way. You know, so often I go off, hoping to take epic photos, grand vistas. And it's the little shots of little elements of the scenes that I end up walking away liking the most. And this is why having a long lens is so useful when you're out shooting landscapes, because if you don't come away with the grand shot, you can just start looking around for little things, little details. And let's face it, photography it's a metaphor for life. It's the little things that really bring you the pleasure. It's the little things that you remember. And so zooming in on little details in your composition can actually be very satisfying, and also gives you a window into the world that you don't normally see. You don't normally get up really close to things and see them in such detail with such clarity. But But photography allows you to do that. It allows you to get in close to things and really examine them and appreciate them. Sometimes the photos aren't where you think they are. They are actually down on the ground, and they're tiny. Look at this cute little thing. It's tiny. Between a couple of strands of grass, it's probably 5 centimeters wide, the whole thing. Very cute. 40-30 f8, 100 ISO. Cute little thing. Must have a look through the viewfinder. Oh yeah, very pretty. And get a little bit closer. This is a great thing about this Canon 100-400 is you can actually zoom in really. I mean, you can get in very close to your subject. It is quite amazing how close you can get. I mean, I'm zoomed in at 400mm right now, and I am, what, 1.75 meters, 2 meters maximum away from this thing at 400mm. Nice to be out in the morning. Still quite cold, as you can see, but it's so nice to be out. It's a really good way to start the day. You know, at 5 o'clock in the morning, when you're all snuggly wuggly in bed, you really don't want to crawl out, but when you know what's at the other end of it, which is something like this, seeing the beginnings of a new day, listen to the birds, and just slowing down and just starting off the day nice and quietly, no rush, no panic. It's really nice. It kind of gives you a sense of control. It makes you really feel that you have started your day deliberately. You haven't shot out of bed in a panic after hitting the snooze button 3 times, you know, late for work. You know, even if you've got a normal job. I mean, I have not really a normal job, but I've worked for the same company for 23 years. But I work from home, and I have for the last 20, and I pretty much set my own schedule. But, you know, I can't really start work at 11 in the morning all the time and get away with it either. So I have responsibilities, and I have people counting on me. So getting out of bed early, starting my day the way I want to start it, on my terms, going outside, taking photos. As far as I'm concerned, it's a much better way to start the day than in some sort of a mad panic, like so many people do, rushing off to work, you know, in a state of anxiety. This is far, far better. Well, that's it for me for this morning. It's been lovely having you along for another crisp sunrise shoot. I could get used to this, actually. I've always loved being up at dawn. I just hate getting up at dawn. That's the problem. But once you're up, it's just the best. It's so nice to decide for yourself when you're getting up, because you're going to do something that you want to do. Whether that's going out and shooting, or it's getting up early to do editing, putting together a book, writing a blog, doing a podcast, whatever. I've done all of those, hundreds of them. And there is something very special about making a deliberate choice to get up early and do something that you care about, something that you're passionate about. And for me, now, that is landscape photography. I loved it as a kid, I loved it as a young adult, and then I let it go for a while. And I'm so glad to be back doing it again. This is clearly where I belong. So anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for hanging out with me again, and I'll see you next week. See ya.